Happy Dasera, children, and welcome back to your second innings of this academic year. Before we start, I would like to wish you the very best with your academics, and I'll hope that you carry forward the legacy that you have started of taking classes seriously and being disciplined in whatever you do. So, children, well, I'll show you something. Before we get today's class started, how many of you have or how many of you consume what's this called? Oh, well, it's not almonds. Well, my God, English can be confusing at times. ALMONDS. California almonds. It's not almonds, it's almonds. L is supposed to be silent. Well, the name of the company which has produced this particular product is Tulsi. It's written Tulsi, nuts and dry fruits. Okay? Big deal. When somebody behaves foolish, we say, ha, this is a nut. Don't we? Well, may not be dignified way to term someone, but well, these are nuts. And these are very healthy for people like us who hit the gym, lift weights, yeah? People say, dietitians. Who are dietitians? Nutritionists. People who frame a diet chart for you in case if you are looking for good health. They say that these nuts are very nutritious because they give you a complete supplement which is important for your body should you be working out heavy in the gym. Okay, but then again, nuts are nothing but nuts, aren't they? How much as a consumer? Now there comes a very important question. As a consumer, as a buyer, how much would you pay for nuts? Well, in the ancient times, when man used to live in the cages and when cooking was all about just dropping the food item in fire, taking it out and eating it, and when there were no kitchens around, when there was no Swiggy even, people still consume nuts. The same or maybe a different kind of nut. Ancient men eating nuts, advanced people in today's technological world eating nuts. Is there much of a difference? Well, there is. How much would you pay for a packet of almonds, which are again nuts? I don't know how generous you are, but I'll show you the MRP. Okay, as you can see, 955 rupees. Oh my God, 955 rupees for a packet of nuts? Yes, children, that is how food has evolved. And today, our lesson is about the evolution of food. Or else we can also call it as the journey or the voyage of food. And the name of our lesson is the 9th lesson, which is the first lesson after your academic break, the living palate. You will find a very interesting quote in this particular lesson, which has been given to us by Jean Savrain. Tell me what you eat, and I'll tell you what you are. Well, children, this shows that food has become an unprecedented significance in today's society. People are categorized and judged by what they wear, how they speak, the way they think, and the food that they eat. The science of cooking, my dear children, is called gastronomy, not astronomy. Well, astronomy is the study of celestial bodies. Gastronomy is the science of cooking that goes on to say that cooking is science too. Let's look at some of the important words in this lesson. First one, socializing. Well, we love to do this. But however, now in the crisis of the pandemic, we can't socialize. Even if we do, it has to be only on Google Meets Or the Zoom, which was previously there, it was a Chinese company and hence has been banned. Socializing means meeting one another, connecting with people, exchanging ideas. You can do that even today, but we have a restriction. It has to be only online. Next, bistros. Well, bistros is a very new concept. It's like a food joint. You'll have n number of bistros, cafes, and eating outlets. Okay, in Bangalore, especially with the IT revolution in Bangalore, people don't get time to cook and carry tiffin to their offices because the work timings are very out of the box. And that's the time when they need people to supply them with eatables, convenient foods all the time when they're in office. Next, you have jiffy. Well, it's a word which means instantly. Talking about cup noodles. Have you had cup noodles? You get that in some of the grocery shops. It's a cup where you need to add hot water. There are ingredients already. It gets boiled automatically. Have the noodles, you are done. It's called meal on the go. Jiffy means instantaneously, quickly, immediately. Foraging, Foraging means to roam around. Well, that is how we have been, right? As early men, we were wanderers, people who used to travel like nomads in search of food and shelter. Now comes the role of food bloggers and dietitians. Yeah, I've already mentioned this word before. Since I am into fitness, I have a personal dietitian. She's like my eldest sister as well. She's the one who provides me with all the points which I need to remember while consuming food daily. Food has got particular quantities. And specific bodybuilders who participate in competitions, they take everything after weighing them. Even if it is protein, it has to be 250 grams or something like that, okay? So people are crazy about the kind of standards that they set with food. I'll come to this part later. Now let me take you to food evolution. Well, now let me take you to some of the points here. See, I have done a differentiation. What was food like in ancient time, and how was it in Middle Ages, and what's the current picture today? In ancient times, there was no kitchen, no takeaway, no home delivery, no Swiggy, right? No online home delivery service. What did people used to eat? People used to have wild fruits. Well, I don't know if apple can be considered as a wild fruit, but then there were a lot of fruits which you don't get today. Ancient people, early men used to eat them. Wild fruits, roots, nuts. I already shared the story of the evolution of nuts, right? Nuts and seeds, okay? And some seafood as well. What were alien concepts back then? Spices and flavors. Today, whenever you cook something like biryani, biryani is all about a camaraderie of condiments, spices, right? But previously, spices were an alien concept. Cooking, the process of cooking, today you call it as a science, but previously it was only a rudimentary concept. Rudimentary, Rudimentary means basic, organic, something which you don't break your head on. Previously, cooking was like that. Now let's come to the Middle Ages. In the Middle Ages, people got a little more advanced. They started roasting, steaming, boiling, baking. Well, I'm sure many of you have tried baking pancakes during this pandemic at home. Well, there were some additional categories which came in the family of food. Staples, sides, savories, desserts, fine soup, and of course, bread. Children, since we have English breakfast daily, bread is an important part of it. But previously, did you know, only the elite or the rich people used to consume bread. So this bread which you get today, I think I got this for breakfast today. Well, I can show you the MRP of this bread. It's only 6 rupees 50 paisa. My God, can you imagine? 950 rupees for nuts, 6 rupees for bread, right? That is how the price has been distributed. The pricing has been distributed. But let me tell you, previously, few years back, bread used to be considered as an exotic dish. Today, we consider pizza or falafel to be exotic. Can you understand how food has transformed itself? Okay. So What are the additional categories? Staples, sides, savories, desserts, fine soup, bread. These are all exotic. Fine soup and bread, exotic. Cooking has become advanced. So as you can see the difference. Previously cooking was only basic, elementary. Now cooking has become advanced. Now let me take you to some of the fact checks that you will come across when you read the chapter. Well, what's this called? It's a very small one. Tomato. What's the plural? Tomatoes, T-O-E-S. Tomatoes were considered poisonous by Europeans until 1600s. Oh my god, is this poisonous? I don't know. But that is how food has evolved, and so has the thought process. Chinese Emperor Shen Nong. What did he do? One day, sitting in his garden, Emperor Shen Nong, Chinese emperor, was having brew. What is that? Brew. B-R-E-W. Yes, it's like a soup which has got vegetables and everything there. It's quite consumed hot. He was having it, and the wind was blowing in China. A leaf came from somewhere, like this, and it fell into his soup. He ate the leaf because he was actually bothered in some of the worldly dealings, and he never saw that a leaf was his guest in the soup. He had it, and he liked the taste. And from there came the concept of chai. This is how they speak. This is how they sell tea, right? At the platforms in the railway. What about Indian railways? Oh, hibernating. No rails. Nothing. No functioning. Railways in functioning. See, tea leaves. Yeah, see, this is tea leaf. Do you know how this came? It came with the wind. It fell into the emperor's soup 4,000 years back, and Chinese Emperor Shen Nong gave way to chai. Chai means tea 4,000 years ago, and today tea is the second most beverage that's consumed across the world. Now let me take you to Baba Budan. Who's Baba Budan? Baba Budan discovered coffee. Now when you go through the lesson, you will come across these names. And the concept of theobroma. Theobroma. Well, it's a very new concept. So when you go across, when you read the story, please go through the concept of theobroma. I'm going to ask for an explanation of this particular concept when I meet you for the online class on Tuesday. Now let's come to the final part of the lesson. Well, this is how food has evolved. I have put all the important words that you need to know. You can say this is the food fraternity. Okay, it's like the food family. Previously it was only organic food. Organic food means, well, what do we say? Wild fruits, vegetables, roots, nuts, whatnot. I mean, you can't even imagine of eating them. And there was no cooking at all. People used to eat raw. But now, since then, we have come to fast food. Oh my God, fast food. Yeah, not very healthy for your life. But then, right, it's right. I mean, if you can actually digest it, if you have a good metabolism, well, no problem. Next, convenience food, right? Convenience food, talking about convenience food, it's like snack on the go. When you are absolutely very preoccupied and you don't have time for cooking, people may resort to convenience foods. Next, you have got ethical and unethical. Well, there is a lot of talk going in this particular field. Ethical, non-ethical. Some of the food that we consume have got animal parts in it, right? And that's the reason, if you are following the trending topics in social media today, you will get to understand there is a concept of go vegan, not vegan, vegan, V-E-G-A-N. There is a class of people who have a school of thought that it's good to go vegan. Just consume the green vegetables which have been given to us by Mother Nature. Don't harm any livestock. Well, good concept. Yeah? And that is called ethical and unethical food. Ethical, unethical food. Okay? And finally, we have got the processed and lab-grown food. Now, when you talk about lab-grown, well, this has not come in the farms. This has been grown in vitro. Some of the people who wish to take up agricultural farming and biotechnology when you grow up, okay, as a career option, well, you'll have to manufacture some of these food items which are grown inside laboratories. Okay, they are not grown in the farms. For example, as you can see, sandwich spread. Well, I don't know. Well, this concept was not even there when I was in school. See how food has evolved. Okay, so what do you need to do? Nothing. Just open it, take a scoop, spread it on your bread or toast and have it. Well, that is how life has become convenient. But, well, I don't know. They claim of putting cucumber and carrot in here. But I don't know how much the quantity, or whether there's actually any cucumber or carrot, or maybe it's only like organic flavors. Difficult to say. Dr. Oetker. Oh, it's a very, very, very famous company. Anyways, so you must have heard about Venky's, packed food, right? Some of the dietitians and nutritionists question the health benefit of these kind of foods, but you know what? Life has totally become very volatile after this particular pandemic. So anything that suits you is fine. Okay, so this is an idea, children, about your living palate. It's an extensive lesson that I have taken. It's the journey of food. Now let me come to the worksheet. Now children, I have corrected your answer sheets. It's a little disappointing this time. I'll be very frank with you. The last section, which needed you to think and answer, that was the part where you could have actually shared your own experiences and thoughts. Unfortunately, I didn't get proper answers. Why did this happen? It happened because in the last part of our academic year, most of you watched the YouTube videos solely. You didn't bother to open the text and read it. That's the reason you could not write these answers. Very unfortunate, but it's a lesson for us. So today, I'll be giving you this worksheet, which you will have to do all by yourself. Why have junk food joints mushroomed? Junk food joints, for example, KFC, Pizza Hut. Why have the junk food joints mushroomed? Why have they grown up? Now, you need to suggest 3 points. Why have junk food joints mushroomed? Suggest 3 points. Next question. State 4 reasons for a balanced diet. Very easy question, but I don't want you to copy the answer from any of the social interacting sites or maybe of the online platforms. I want your own answers. State 4 reasons for a balanced diet. First question is, why have junk food joints mushroomed? Why have they come up? Why have they proliferated? And second one is, state 4 reasons for a balanced diet. The third one is, make a basic diet chart. The third one is, make a basic diet chart where you need to balance every element proportionately. Minerals, vitamins, proteins, supplements, whatever you feel is important under the sky. I would like to see a diet chart which you feel is good for you. On that note, children, I'll see you on this Tuesday for the online class. Go through the lesson. Children, it's very important to go through the lesson. Now that you know the concept, it will be very easy if you go through the lesson. You will get more information in there. I'll see you on Tuesday. Until then, Pratik sir signing off. Goodbye. Take care.